What's going on, everybody? Dionte here for another episode of Lazy Sundays with Dionte
and NiJa.
How was your week, man? Tell me what's going on. What's happening?
Well, my week was very annoying. I got something this week, okay? Y'all, first of all,
let me clean my glasses off.
I cannot stand, you know how when you're at work and you're working hard, you know, but you may not, I'm the type of person, let me just explain this, where I may not look busy, but I am busy. I'm very in tune with making sure I don't disturb my peace, trying to have good energy, all the vibes, all the good things,
good
you know?
service.
Yes, you know, because I understand that, you know, we all have our days, so I don't want to project that, you know? And then work was just annoying within itself, but I feel like people do things in a way to make it seem like, oh, well, you're not doing anything. Constantly adding stuff on my desk, like, oh, can you do this? Do you have time to do this? Trying to figure out why stuff isn't done, as if they don't understand how difficult these things are. But I have come to terms with when someone doesn't do your job, even if they've done it before, but they haven't done your job and it has drastically changed since the last time they did it, all of a sudden it's just like, oh, why isn't this done? Why isn't that done? And it's like, sus, because it ain't done. It's a lot of stuff that I need to do. You need to get away from my desk.
Get away from my desk, bro.
But set aside from that, I am really happy because Sophia is maturing a lot. And as a parent, that makes me extremely happy. Even though I want her to be a baby forever, I'm very happy that she is coming into her own. So my week, at the end of the day, peacefully, I had to remain zoned out and happy. It was actually really good. How was your week?
Proud mom moment.
Yeah.
I had a good week, man. I don't have nothing to really brag about, complain about. Seen more to Kombat this week.
Yes. Let's just get right into it.
It was pretty decent. It's no storyline. They didn't do anything. I guess they try to go in a new direction as far as the story.
Because it seemed like they want to branch out and have another movie.
Yeah.
So
they kind of set up for a second one, which the way that one was going, I was like, I don't think we need a second one.
Yeah, no, this did it for me.
Fight scenes was good.
Yeah.
I actually think the first two was probably better.
See, I didn't see the first two, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, and I actually played the game. I know the story a little bit. So it's like, y'all kind of went in a different direction. But I mean, it was cool. If y'all got something to do or you need something to do, take a quick look at it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're a fan of it. I know you're going to check it out. But outside of that, man,
it was a pretty decent movie.
It is, man.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get into everything, man. First off, man, I want to send R.I.P. Shock G, member of Digital Underground.
Yeah.
Digital Underground, I messed that all up. Humpty Hump. We got, do me, baby. Y'all know that song, man.
Yes, everybody knows that song.
That's Shaw Peoples, man. He's also on Tupac. I Get Around. He got a hump on that, man. But yeah, man, he passed away at 57. I think they said they found him in his hotel in Tampa. No, they haven't said what the actual thing was, what the issue was. So you know we can get the autopsy soon. But R.I.P. to him, man.
Yeah.
Sad situation. A lot of people been passing away.
I hate having to say
man.
that.
A lot of people been passing lately. But where should we go ahead and start? Let's go ahead and start with Nike, man. Because apparently they're not renewing Kobe's contract now. Vanessa Bryant posted on Instagram basically saying that, she was hoping to forge a lifelong partnership with Nike that kind of reflected Kobe's legacy and saying, basically hinting that she was going to find a way to continue selling the shoes. Because I guess apparently Nike wasn't willing to make a deal in perpetuity. You know, it's only been a couple of lifetime deals handed out, like LeBron, Jordan. I think Cristiano Ronaldo is the only soccer player that got one. So it's only a couple guys, athlete-wise, that has lifetime deals.
Yeah.
You would assume they kind of would reach out to his family with a similar deal. I think if he was alive, they probably would have done it that way. But I think with everything like that and his passing, it made things a little bit more complicated on the legal side. But hopefully they can figure something out, man.
Yeah.
Kobe's one of the bigger brand names or shoes on Nike, similar to Jordan and LeBron's.
Yep.
Like, and a lot of his shoes, he actually was helping them as far as engineering a basketball shoe that's good for basketball players. A good portion of the league wears Kobe's because of how comfortable they are and how stylish they are. So hopefully they can figure something out. I did know that before he passed, he was talking about branching out and making his own shoe company and making the Mamba brand thing his own thing.
That would make sense.
I was assuming that's when I first heard it, that was the case. I'm not sure. She's saying she was hoping that they could figure something out. So maybe not, but
I don't know. It gave me the impression that things probably didn't go over well as far as because I heard a lot of people giving their opinions on it, and one of the things that stuck out to me was people were saying that they felt like Nike, like most big brands, were pretty much trying to do what they wanted to do, which was capitalize off of his name. And she probably was like, you know what, we can probably go in another direction. So since we can't probably meet in the middle, whatever she wanted the deal to be, she probably was like, no, we're not going to do this. Because I want to say, like, when he passed, a lot of people were doing that, and it's sad because you're trying to like capitalize off of somebody that's no longer here. And do you not think that doesn't affect their family to see people trying to take advantage of his death and his legacy? Like, he's built a big brand, and a lot of people are saying that Kobe never really gave you the vibe of him being super exclusive and, oh, you can't come near me and you can't this and you can't have this. So I guess the vibes that it was giving me also was that she was probably like, I don't want it to be something where it's so exclusive that his fans can't be in touch with his brand or anything that's put out in his name. So she probably is trying to do it a certain way that she feel like he would want it. Because I know for me, like, most shoes, they are hard to get, especially nowadays. But I had one pair of Kobe's, and I honestly do regret it because way before his passing, I kept saying, I want to get some more Kobe's, and I just never got my hands on any. But I do understand why she is saying that, because it's annoying, I think, to want to get something from somebody that you're a fan of and to not be able to get your hands on it. Yeah, especially when a big brand is kind of making it impossible, because we all know how Nike do, and reselling stuff and making it seem like they not.
You saying that made me actually think about it, because it was at least 2 drops that I think they said they dropped the Grinches around Christmas time. Yeah. I know that one for sure. They redropped it and it sold out super quick, as you would assume it would. Yep. And she was kind of pissed about that. She was like, I would actually want it, so it wasn't as a limited release as it as it actually was. Yeah. So that could be the case, man.
Because Nike got their hand in everything. We haven't talked about that, but I mean, if you know shoes, you know all these big reseller brands, a lot of times Nike is behind those. So it's like, is it really just this many shoes and everybody's just being able to buy them with bots? Or is that y'all only putting out a certain amount and then putting the rest on reseller sites? So you kind of got to watch that.
Yeah. Funny news, man. These Paul brothers, man. If anybody, I'm sure if you're watching us, you're familiar with Jake and Logan Paul. Yeah, they're big YouTubers, and I don't know if they're just bored, because I don't think they're that old. I think they're around like their
when you got so much money and you young, like, what do you do with it?
And then, but for whatever reason, they decided to branch into MMA and boxing. Yeah. And you got Logan Paul. Logan Paul actually has an exhibition scheduled with on Showtime pay-per-view with Floyd Mayweather on June 5th. We're going to see if it actually goes down.
I don't want it to happen.
Apparently, he can't weigh more than 190 pounds, and Floyd can't weigh more than 160, which is probably closer to his actual boxing weight. But they're supposed to have an exhibition on June 5th for whatever reason. This isn't even the brother that fights. The other brother, Jake Paul, he's 3-0 professionally in boxing. Now those 3, all of them because of Stop It, so he's knocking dudes out. Yeah. But we're talking about his victories came against another YouTuber, a retired NBA player. God damn it, Nate Robinson, what was you doing?
Oh, Nate.
So and an ex MMA fighter who does MMA, not boxing. If it was MMA, I'm sure dude probably would have got him up out of here.
Stop hitting the thing.
My fault,
y'all,
man.
Dionte probably hurting y'all ears. Y'all probably y'all hear that. Now you see these mics on the table, but
these mics are actually pretty good. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not used to quality.
Hopefully y'all didn't hear it, but if y'all did, I wanted to. He passionate about this. He like these boxing, these brothers,
I'm not used to this quality of things. Yeah. I'm just now getting used to living this lifestyle. My apologies. But bro. Like, these dudes has branched into boxing for whatever reason. And they really feel like they can knock dudes out. This dude, Jake, actually calling out Daniel Cormier, who's actually like one of the best MMA fighters of all time. Dude is actually still active. I don't think he lost like maybe twice his whole career.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Like, this dude will really break you in half, and he's calling him out. Like, what does that even mean? Why would I fight you?
For fame.
Bro,
it's like, I feel like a lot of like young YouTubers, I can't even blame them, because I feel like at that age, when you have that much money and that much access to people just saying yes to you, it's like you're always trying to get the next best thing. So it's like, I mean, if you can get access to these people and get people to watch you on TV, you gain more friends. I mean, not friends, probably, but fans and subscribers. So it's like, why not open up the world to people on TV that probably don't even know who you are?
It's ridiculous, but they make I can't blame them, bro. You gotta watch dudes like that, man, because everything becomes for show.
Yeah, it's all about the money, and it's like, I'm not trying to mess up my reputation, because you just trying to gain more subscribers and just kind of make it all a clout thing. I don't want to say that because I don't know them personally, but
everything they do is for clout. But that's fine, because it's YouTube. That's part of the game.
Yep.
But I think it all ends if Logan actually does fight Floyd, and because Floyd's gonna knock him out. There's no way against it. One thing Floyd does not play with is his boxing career. He's actually undefeated.
He's very serious.
He's very serious.
Can't take that
very
from
calculated
him.
about that. And he doesn't take this lightly. He's probably already working out. I'm pretty sure he never ever really stops training. It's just something this dude became his routine at this point.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I seen Floyd. He got a little chubbier. He had a beard and he's a granddad now. So he might Floyd. If you somehow lose, we're gonna know it's gonna be a money grab.
Extremely upset.
We're gonna know it's gonna be a money grab, but I'm gonna be upset regardless, because one, if you really let him knock you out, you're gonna be pissed at that. And if you're doing it just for the money, not Floyd money, Mayweather, not doing it for the money.
Need it. He don't need it.
It's just silly, man. Fight me for some money. Let's go make some money, bro.
That's not,
bro.
I don't want to see you knocked out. That's not.
Girl, boo.
I don't want to
knock me out.
Okay.
Go ahead, bro. Before I beat boy for real, you talking about he gonna knock me out?
I don't want to see you get knocked out. I'm just saying. Some stuff just not your lane. But moving on, who we gonna move on to the next topic?
Yo.
So Oklahoma passed a law. Let's just move on. You know how men are, the fragile ego.
Kick his
So Oklahoma passed a law to grant drivers the right to run over protesters. I heard this. I thought this was wild, and I just couldn't believe it, because I'm like, excuse me, why are y'all passing a law to say, you know what, if they in your way, run over them?
My God.
You got the right. It's cool. You good. You're not gonna go to jail. I just think that's just crazy to me. Like, why would y'all make this a law? Like, why is this okay? But I feel like, I'm not going to go into this because I'm telling y'all I'm going to get upset, but I feel like ever since we as a community, as Black people, really started to stand up for what we believe in and protest and peacefully protest, and actually we're starting to make changes, they're like, you know what, we're going to put every law, everything impossible that we can put in motion to say, all right, since y'all want to do this, then we're going to do this and we're going to do that. It's like every way to try to stop us from having a fair shot in this world. And it's just sad.
The bill actually makes it so drivers can't be held criminally or civilly liable for killing or injuring a protester if they are fleeing from a riot or there is reasonable belief that their lives are in danger. And everybody knows we're already coming into this with a gray area.
Yes.
So you're just making it even more gray.
Yes.
Anybody's going to say,
it was a riot. I was trying to, run through all the brown people. So I just hit all the brown people. I dodged everybody else that wasn't brown. It's cool. Like, what are we doing here? Like,
just running through people, and you mean to tell me it's just a misdemeanor?
No, I'm not trying to hit that. So whatever. But anyways, off that before I get pissed off for real.
I'm already pissed, bro. I can't believe you think this dude can whoop my ass, bro.
Hey, man. Sometimes you just gotta chill. You just gotta know your lane. You gotta know where you stand. That's all that is.
I know where my gun is.
Okay, moving along.
Man. Black dudes don't take losses well.
I know y'all don't, but we gotta stop with all the killing. We gotta put the guns down. Seriously, put the guns down for real.
Unless you fighting a YouTube star.
No, you can't just be out here shooting people because you lost. Bruh, take that.
I don't take L's.
It is what it is. But let's get on to some mess, because y'all know I like mess. I don't really know how to take this. So Megan Thee Stallion, she released a statement with like all these graphics and stuff, and it looks like her inside this chamber as he cleans off his glasses. But she said, due to the demands of the hot girl lifestyle that Meg had now entered a period of, I feel like I wrote this wrong, or did they write this? Entered a period of regeneration to prepare for what's next. In her absence, management will manage all social media posting on the behalf of the hot girl coach. I did not know this at first. Dionte was telling me about it, because at first I seen it and I just scrolled past it because it's Meg. I'm like, oh, she always posting stuff, whatever. But as I looked at it and we had a slight discussion about it, I agree. I feel like something is up. I don't understand why she would post this on social media. Like, why do you have to make a big deal about you not posting like that? Nobody's really going to notice. You could literally, like, every once in a while kind of post like the girls do and just be like, oh, y'all, chill and make it because you're an artist. Like, we get it. So, what? I'm not done yet.
I think I know.
No. So, I agree. I feel like either she is going through something in her current relationship and she don't want nobody to know because her last situation was kind of sort of public if they was together or not, and she don't want to deal with the backlash from that. Or what do you think? I'll let you go ahead and say
she pregnant, bro.
I don't know. She could be.
She pregnant.
It does give me pregnant vibes.
Just disappear. It's always been weird to me when people do that. It's like when people used to be like, people get on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and they be like, I'm about to delete this. Bro, I don't give a bro. Just go ahead and delete it, bro. Why you gotta tell us that you're about to do?
Why you gotta make an announcement? Now we're paying attention. What are you talking about? Why?
Of course. Look. So I'm gonna give you what you want. Oh no. What's up?
We support you. You ain't gotta leave. What's wrong? No.
Do you need to talk?
What's going on, sis? We nosy now. We wanna know.
Who did what?
Are you pregnant? Oh, but there's somebody else.
That's a rollout.
That I think is pregnant. It could be. But there's somebody else that I'm pretty sure she's pregnant. Oh, shit. So Danni Leigh, what's her name? Around. Yeah, she's still around.
She's
poor girl.
Yellow bone.
So she keeps posting stuff trying to like hide her stomach, and it's very giving me like, I'm trying to hide it, but I'm not. It's like I want attention, and it's annoying. You know how when people have kids and then they always like show their kids with like a flower or an emoji over their face. Just don't show the kid. We don't care. It's so annoying. The same people who announce that they're getting rid of their social media. Exactly. It just gets on my nerves. So she just keeps doing that. And I know some people are like, oh, she'll say it when she wants to. She's grown. She don't have to explain anything to anyone. And that's very true. But when you do put yourself in the public eye and you're obviously posting these things, every video she posts is either from behind or she's just kind of like in oversized clothes. And in the comments, I seen somebody say, I know she's tired of wearing these hot jackets. And I'm like, very much so, because it is hot in most places. Now, like, why?
Now, in this situation, it could be that, but I think it's the opposite.
What?
Not trying to wish it on nobody or nothing, but when people look pregnant and they be trying to hide it, a lot of times, especially people kind of in the public eye, I don't assume is that they pregnant. I assume that they pregnant and there's a chance they might get rid of it. And they don't necessarily want nobody to know they're starting to look
this
pregnant.
Ain't giving me that. This is, every time I see a picture of her or a video or anything that she posts, she's getting bigger and bigger. I'm like,
she get close to that deadline, I'm sure.
I'm like, oh, so you gonna wait until you about to pop, which I respect it. That's cool. But me personally, if I was her, I wouldn't really post nothing like that. Cause I ain't really got time for people negative comments and things like that. It just don't make no sense. Or just come out and say it. Just come out and say it.
Just don't post. Like,
that's true. Just don't. But this generation, they not
I mean, post. Now I think about it, some people actually they get paid for what they're doing.
Exactly. So you gotta respect it. It just is what it is.
But some of the posts, you can tell.
Yeah.
It's just you. It's like,
yeah,
bruh.
I guess.
Are you having twins?
Just tell us, sis.
God.
We cool. I don't care. I don't care that much.
She probably waiting for her gender reveal.
Stop.
Her and the baby.
Anyways.
A masterpiece.
Anyways. So
you're always yelling at me.
I had 2 topics. I want to try to hurry up. I want to get the first one out of the way. So we kind of briefly talked about this before. So my question is, why are men attracted to different women on social media than they are in real life? Because you're a man. Put you on the spot. Why is that?
I don't think it's a different... Wait, what?
Yeah.
Attracted to different women on social media versus real life. What do you mean? Explain to me.
Okay, basically what I mean is, I notice a lot of women posts that you like on social media don't look nothing like me. Their body type, their face, like just everything is just completely different than what I would think you would like. There's nothing that's like, oh, I see why he liked this picture. I mean, so that's my question. Why is it that
don't really put too much emphasis on what they liking on Instagram? I might just like her face. I might just like her butt. I might just like her butt. And then
you gonna say butt twice?
But that's what dudes do, not me. Because I rarely like on Instagram.
So y'all shallow is what you saying?
Yes.
I'm glad you
on social media.
Just being honest.
On social media,
but it's misleading.
In real life, no, it's not.
I feel like it is.
It's like liking pictures of food. Yeah, I have tacos at home, but sometimes I eat lasagna. Sometimes I eat salmon. Sometimes I eat ice cream. I eat cannolis every now and then.
So I guess that explains the cheating thing too, like why people cheat with different. Okay, so it's not right, but I guess that explains that, because you hear people say like, you cheated with that, and a lot of times it's not the same as like.
And I think women's problem is y'all assume that
our problem,
as far as, because let's not say problem, let's just say y'all go to is. You compare when technically it's nothing to compare. That's why you're the spouse. Like, he might not be getting nothing from her intellectually, spiritually, or nothing. It's just sex.
Okay.
Or it's just it's like people assume that she must do something that I don't, and that's not the case most of the time with dudes.
Yeah, a lot of times it is, because why else would you stray? To me, it doesn't make any sense. But I guess some people may look at it like that. I feel like some people it's just never enough. Like maybe.
And it's like, see, never enough. Again, that's another reason not to look at it like comparing wise. Because if it's never enough, then it's nothing I'm comparing to. I'm just consuming. It's like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, we'll probably
being more of, I'm binging versus me saying, well, I want this and this and being particular. I'm just taking everything as it comes. So if you look at it more so that way, it's nothing to really, because I'm eating a lot of trash or I'm taking in a lot of bull because they're cheating. They're not necessarily looking. A lot of times they just, if it comes, it comes, I guess. So that's how dudes look at it.
I don't know. I can agree to disagree. We'll probably come back to this topic another time, but I just kind of wanted to touch on that. My next question and my last question is, when you're single, do you feel like it is necessary to go through a hoe phase?
It's more of a woman question.
No, it is not.
Yes, it is.
No,
it is not. Do you feel like you need to have a hoe phase?
Now, I feel like everybody's hoe phase is different.
There you go.
Because a hoe phase doesn't necessarily have to be what somebody else's hoe phase is. I know it's obviously that's a little
different. I know some that's a little more extreme.
Yeah, when you say whole face, it sounds bad. Like, I don't mean it like that.
Let's switch the question around. Let's say...
No, I like the way it is.
let's take out whole face and let's just say, when you're single, do you feel like having experience is needed?
Okay.
Not even just sexually, but just experience with the other race.
That was
not the other race, but just the opposite sex.
That was, see when men step in, that was the whole point of the question, because I was going to explain that a whole phase, you hear people say it all the time, but that doesn't mean that every person that you have interactions with, that you're having sex with, even down to you may not be kissing all of them, it may not be any of that. The whole phase is just like a saying. It's just something that people, it's just not, it doesn't mean like one fits all. That's not what we're saying. But I guess if you want to change it that way so it's more palatable, then we'll do that. But I guess I'll go first. For me, I feel like it is necessary. I don't know. I feel like it was good that I experienced the things that I experienced before we got together, before we had kids, because I understand what I want and what I don't want. And then I also know what I can get. So that's important. You kind of know your worth. I feel like when you've had that experience, because you know, like, oh, with one person, that saying is true. You know that, but I think when you have experience, what one person won't do, another will do. And you very much so know that when you have that experience, because you're just like, oh, okay, you ain't got time. I know who does have time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you, from being out there having that experience, you're well aware. You know how the streets is. Like, you get all of that.
What makes sense and what doesn't.
Yeah.
I think it's important for everybody to have experience.
Yeah.
I can't say it because it doesn't mean that it's not going to work. Because I know some people who are still with the person that they, I guess, kind of got with in like their high school sweetheart or somewhere around that time. I know actually a few people and they're actually doing pretty decent.
Yep.
So, but I think, but you know yourself and you know, like, what you want to experience, I think, in a sense. Because guys, you know, we always talking about you want to have a threesome or you want to do some wild adventurous stuff that you know is kind of wild, and it's similar to things that's like more than likely is my opportunities for this to happen probably few and far between in general. So some things is like it's not necessarily going to happen anyways, but I feel like if you feel like you need to play the field in a sense without being too vulgar, because everybody kind of live your life. Like, don't rush into being in a committed situation until you know that you're ready to be in that situation. So you can be in a situation where you're married, you have a kid, and you're very young. You never experienced going to the club. You never really experienced just kind of being you. Yeah. You kind of went from being high school or whatever, living with your parents to automatically living with somebody else. Yep. You never really got to actually find yourself, which I think really is what your 20s is more for. Figuring out who you are, because you can still be in your 30s and 40s and not know exactly who you are. So take that time to actually at least start to figure out what you like, who you are, what type of person you want to be, all those good things, because I'm telling you, you're going to be in a lovely situation where you've been married for years. I'm only 25, but I've been married for 5, 6, 7 years. Yeah. I never really experienced going to the club. I never really experienced going on road trips or doing things with the girls because I've been at home. Being a mom / wife. So you started feeling like you missed out on a lot of things, which oftentimes leads to resentment. And now that resentment turns into us getting a divorce and not really being able to deal with each other. That was a really good point. That's
I appreciate you. But But yes, y'all, that is all we have for y'all this week. We hope y'all enjoyed another episode of the Lazy Sundays podcast. I did. This was a really good one.
Dionte was really happy today.
Oh, excuse me. He sure was, you know.
Listen, I'm not purposely trying to bend in with the wall. It happens.
Yeah, the fit was already on. We had errands to run,
so we decided to film.
I have on my anime shirt.
So
the lady in Sally's looked at me weird. She looked like she was about to have a conversation with me, and then she looked at my shirt.
Yeah, she don't know.
And I was like,
she clearly don't know anything about Tokyo
sorry.
Ghoul. So she was like, I don't know what kind of this black girl is into.
She's like, what is that?
I guess that's some of that gothic
stuff. Anyways, y'all, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share our videos if you're feeling really good.
For real,
feeling
man.
in a good mood.
Tell your friends, tell everybody to watch it.
Yes. We'll see y'all next week. Bye, guys.
Peace.